Hey everyone, welcome back to the range. My name is Matt. We've got another armor destruction video for you today, but first, what's your favorite flavor of Laffy Taffy? For some reason, I hate the banana runts, but the banana Laffy Taffies are one of my favorite candies. Anyways, let's talk about today's test. I've got a MILITECH RF2 plate here. We tested this actually not too long ago. It held up really well for an RF2 plate, or essentially level 3 plus. We stopped M855A1 out of a 22-inch barrel among some other threats. So this is where it gets interesting. MILITECH contacted me and said, hey, a few of our customers thought the M855A1 stoppage was a fluke and that your plate couldn't stop multiple hits of it. So that's where I, the king of armor destruction, come in handy. MILITECH, in full transparency, sent me this RF2 plate right here. It's around 5 pounds and a few ounces. I'll have to grab the measurements off of it. It's a multicurve plate. We have the little hexagon ceramic tiles laid out everywhere. And I've got a bunch of M855A1. We'll do our standard testing distance of 45 feet, which is the NIJ standard. We've gone ahead and dropped this plate on its face 2 times per, again, that NIJ standard. We use this giant clay briefcase right here just as a compressible media, and right now it's only about 37 degrees outside today, so it's harder. So it's just kind of a backing material to put this armor against so that it's mimicking somewhat of the human body. For our testing today, we are going for maximum amount of hits and maximum velocity. We've got our 22-inch TC compass. We should see over 50 feet per second, hopefully maybe 3,100. We have a bunch of spots marked on our plate right here for up to, I think, 28 hits or something. We got our date 12/21 of 20, so Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you all, folks. Without further ado, we'll reposition everything and we'll get into shooting. All right, we're cocked, locked, and ready to roll. We've got our armor plate at 45 feet on our clay briefcase. We are at a 0-degree angle for the best case scenario for me, worst case scenario for Mr. Armor down there. Here is our M855A1. It is the 62 grain enhanced performance round, or EPR. This is current issue for the U.S. Army. The tip there is a lot larger than the M855 tip. And I wouldn't say a lot harder, but most of the M855 SS109 tip is, I think, 49 to like 52 on the C-scale Rockwell. This is like 59 to 60. So I think we'll take, I don't know, 5 or 6 shots. Hopefully I get them all on the plate where I want them. And then we'll go check out what we did. And then we'll just repeat that until we fill up the plate. I don't know if this how long this video will be. I'll put the number of hits in a spreadsheet at the beginning here, so you guys will see how many shots that I take on it, and then at the end I fill in all the data so that you've got good, concise information. So this top shot is going to be the top corner of the plate. I'm not sure if I got a velocity reading off that. I think I did.
3,080.
Ooh, that's annoying. We'll shut that off after this string. I don't know if the chronograph's misbehaving. We might have to run the screens because it's getting a little dark outside. I'll get the screens on, or take those screens off and put the auxiliary lighted screens on so we can get some velocity readings off, but we'll go check out what we did on those 6 hits. Sorry about the chronograph not reading. I will attempt to get some readings with the auxiliary lighting bars here in a minute. But here was shot number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one and this one pretty close to the edge. This is basically a full edge-to-edge ceramic strike face. I apologize
about the train in the background. As always, our straps are coming off. Place your comments below. Oh! No pass-through, folks. Got a little bit of a dimple going on there at this really close to edge shot. Same here. But there is no pass-through on that plate. As you can see, there's a little bit of dimpling going on there. As I mentioned, the clay will underrepresent because it's cold. It should be about 80 degrees. But impressive. There are no pass-throughs on that plate. Let's just keep shooting this guy until we can get a failure.
Should get some velocity readings this time, folks. There we go, 30-45. Oops. Apparently today's the day to have trouble. Oh, my poor little extractor just shot over there. Sorry about these short intermission, folks. I don't know if you've had one of those days, but I'm having one of those days. I forgot my laptop that I normally use for the chronograph, so I was using my own laptop, and then it just up and blue screened, and now won't turn back on. So we have the little phone that will hopefully read. I've got a camera going on it. Sorry about that. One of the rounds didn't extract, and somehow the extractor claw came off and then shot the spring and the little cup. Who knows where? I found the spring but not the cup, so I grabbed the cup off the 308 compass that I have with me. So back to testing. Not sure what shot we're on. Hopefully we get some chronograph readings. $29.95. $30.41. $30.54. $29.69. $29.99. $29.99 again, or that was an error. Grab 5 more here. Air. Probably the weird angle I was shooting at. I think we've beat this plate up. Let's go check what we did and see how much more we've got left.
This is hard to see when you shoot this plate that many times, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we're up to 16. I'll double check all of these when I go back through. Like I said, I'm not having the greatest day all of a sudden. But this guy right here still is. No pass through yet. Our velocity is a little lower than normal. Normally, when we are warm outside, we're a little over 3,100 feet per second, but still 22-inch barrel. That is as fast as I've got, and there's no penetration. Let me reposition the plate and make sure I've got some good areas, and we'll take a few more hits at this just for shits and giggles. All right, I think we got about 6 more spots left on this plate, and it's getting cold outside. We'll see if we can get a pass through. I'm sure if I shot a compromised part of the plate, I could get a pass through. But then it'd beat up my clay. Hard primer. Hard primer, come on. There's a lot better velocity. I think there's maybe 2 spots left. Definitely gonna have to count these in post-production. Getting a lot better velocity off these. I wonder if this is a newer lot of M855s, 2012. All right, let's go see what we did, folks. All right, it's getting really messy, folks. So I believe it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I see some clay over here. That's not looking good, boys and girls. Straps are coming off. There is clay and bullet fragments all over this table of mine. I just bought this table, and now it looks like trash. Ho! We have what looks like 2 pass-throughs, but they look like edge shots. Let me see if I can zoom in here on this gimbal. Oops. Right there is one, and there's the other one. Let me zoom out here. Now, these were edge shots, though. It's going to be hard to see. Right there, it came through the edge. So that was that last shot. And the same with this shot. It was actually on the edge of the plate and looks like it dug down and out that way. But impressive. I mean, we stopped, what is it, 20 rounds or so? Like I said, I'll put that in the spreadsheet at the end. But over a dozen M855A1 rounds at 3,000 feet per second. Over 3,000 feet per second. Very impressive from a level 3+ / RF2 plate. For anyone that hasn't seen the last MILITECH RF2 plate, I did a teardown at the end, so I'll do it on this one. If you guys like seeing these teardowns, let me know and we can keep doing them. But this is the cool thing, like I mentioned, about this particular plate of theirs, these hexagon tiles, is look at how much ceramic, after all those shots, is still left on this plate. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 25 or 26 shots on this plate all together. And there's still quite a bit of this ceramic left. You can see all of the bullets that were stopped. Some of them made it a little farther in than other ones, like these couple right here. As I mentioned, this goes almost all the way out to the edge. There's a little bit of foam here at the top, and there's some foam here, but otherwise very good coverage on the ceramic side of things.
Well, everyone, I hope that answers your question if you were a potential customer of MILITECH about whether that M855A1 stoppage was legit or not. We've got over a dozen hits on this plate. There's literally probably not much left inside this guy. It is falling out all over me as we speak. Our only two penetrations were at the bottom of the plate on the left and right here. Those really weren't fair hits. The NIJ actually specifies a minimum shot distance from the edge when testing. Our back face really isn't anything to write home about, especially with 5.56 threats. As I mentioned, the clay is cold, so it's going to underrepresent, but it doesn't have too much back face that I can see. This plate is a tile array plate. If you've seen the last test, I'll put card somewhere up here or there that you guys can see that last test where I pulled this apart. I'll pull this apart when I get home and probably do an overlay so you can see what these tiles look like. But it really does a good job at enhancing the multi-hit capabilities of these plates. Overall, I think MILITECH builds solid quality products. This RF2 plate is multi-curve, 10 by 12. Like I said, it's about 5 pounds, a little over 5 pounds, and you can get these things landed for, I think, under $300 a pair. That's insane. You know the saying, it's 5 o'clock somewhere? It's 5:04 here. The sun is starting to set, thanks daylight savings time. So I think I'm going to wrap it up for today. That way I don't try to do anything with no sunlight and then the video looks like crap or something else goes wrong with all the equipment failures that I've had today. As always, at the end of the video, I like to take a moment to thank all those that helped make this possible. Number one are my Patreon supporters. Number two was MILITECH, who asked us to test this plate. And number three is you all for watching. Until next time, I'll catch you at the range.